All right, I want to shoot a quick little, I guess, basic tutorial to get you started out on cannabis medicine. So we've got various options here, and I'm gonna start really down at the low end of the impact scale. What I have here is some CBD tincture, and this doesn't have THC in it. It's just CBD and I believe it's hemp oil. MCT oil, whole hemp extract, and mint. So this can help with inflammation and anxiety, muscle spasms, and might help with sleep. I'm also bringing this up because you can use CBD to sort of help mitigate the more extreme effects of THC. So if you consume too much through smoking, vaping, or edibles, one thing you can do to sort of help yourself is have some CBD to consume and balance out those effects. So that's where we'll start. Then next I'll go on to extracts, and specifically vaporized extracts. This one is a form of a pod from Tasty Waves, and these little pre-charged, pre-filled vape pods are very handy. I don't like all the waste, but it's a good way to start out at a super low dose and have a lot of control. Inhalation is the best way to consume cannabis as far as having control, because you can manage the dose from very small to large, and the effects will come on quickly and they will pass more quickly as compared to edibles. So this Tasty Waves pod has a nice hybrid strain in it, and you charge the pod if the battery's dead, and to utilize it, you just take out this little plug and draw through it, and when you do, you'll get vapor. And I always recommend starting with just a mouthful, whether you're talking smoke or vapor. Just a mouthful. Pull one mouthful into your mouth like you're taking a drink of a thick milkshake. Inhale that. Exhale. Wait like 20-30 minutes before you even consider trying it again. If you want to wait a couple hours, you'll see the whole pattern of the effect, but at least give it 20-30 minutes so you know what it's going to do. And then if there's nothing, you need more, then try again. So that's an easy vaporization route with Tasty Waves extraction, solventless extraction pod. Then of course we can move on to edibles, and we've got a couple of selections from SensiCare. Got some. These are hybrid solventless gummies. So the extraction method that they use is mechanical to get the oil out of the plant material, and then they make these gummies. And when I say hybrid, what I mean is the varieties of cannabis range from sativa to indica, and generally will have similar effects based on whether they lean toward the sativa side or the indica side, being that sativa tends to have more of a head effect, clearer, can be racier, and indicas tend to be heavier, sleepier, more sedating. But that's not always the case. You can have indicas that can be very sativa-like, and vice versa. Hybrids tend to be a good blend in the middle. But again, it really comes down to personal bioassay. So you need to try different forms of delivery. You need to try different varieties and see what works best for you for your own symptoms. Because your symptoms versus my symptoms, even my own symptoms at different times of day, will react differently to different varieties. So one variety I might have in the morning, another I might have in the afternoon, and a totally different one in the evening, and they'll have different effects that I will watch in order to manage the symptoms that I'm trying to take care of. So whether it's edibles, smoke, vapor, hybrid, indica, sativa, whatever it is, you need to figure out how your body reacts at different times of day to see what's going to work for you. These edibles are right about 10 milligrams a piece, which is considered to be a pretty standard single adult dose. A lot of people will use one of these and it will have a medicinal response. They'll notice it. Some people will cut them in half. I mean, to start out with edibles, because they tend to have a more potent effect and a longer lasting effect, it's good to start very low and go very slow. So, you know, if you're trying an edible, even if it's a 10 milligram edible like this, if you're starting out, cut it in half. See what that does. Wait till the next day to start again, because the effects can take 4 to 6 hours. I mean, it might take even a couple before you notice it. So you definitely want to start low. So cut it in half, cut it in a quarter if you want to. See what that does, what your physical response is, and then, you know, if you need more, try it again next day or sometime later. The gummies are good for dividing as well, because they're easy to cut up. Very tasty too. Now we've got another edible from SensiCare. This is a milk chocolate bar. This one is looks like it is an indica, so this one should be on the sleepier side. This one may be a little more energetic, but again, it comes down to personal bioassay. So we've got the gummies, we've got the chocolates. Now continuing on in the edible form, we've got the most potent version of an edible, which is FECO, or fully extracted cannabis oil. Another term for it is RSO, or Rick Simpson oil. I don't like that term because the individual who it's named after, he supports using solvents that no human should ever consume. I've read his work, and he supports using isopropyl alcohol or naphtha or just various things. I don't even like to use butane. Ethanol alcohol from plants or CO2 or solventless is really the only way to go as far as I'm concerned. So I don't like the term RSO. I like the term FECO because it is apolitical, doesn't involve anybody. It's just what it is, fully extracted cannabis oil. So they'll take the plant using alcohol, CO2, pressure, whatever method. The oil gets extracted and then it's just collected in a handy little tube. So you can take this and you can just, you know, squirt a little bit out on your finger and go sublingual. You can mix it with coconut oil so that it infuses, and then you can use that coconut oil to eat or cook with, or you can use it as suppositories. So it's very versatile and it's very concentrated. So if you decide to use this as an edible, take a tiny, tiny amount. Like we're talking a fraction of a rice grain. You know, quarter to a half of a rice grain will be enough that you're probably going to notice. But it's a very effective way to get a lot of cannabinoids into your system quickly. So if you're trying to use the cancer protocol to kill cancer, that is generally, you work your way up to consuming a whole one of these every day. And for a lot of people, that's a lot. Like they'll want to break it up throughout the day, little bits from morning till night, and you want to work your way up. Like I say, start at a tiny, tiny amount until you get used to it after days of use, and keep increasing that amount until you get up to a full gram a day. If you want to vaporize this stuff, you can do that too. You can take dabs. It requires a specific device to do that. Or you can squirt a little bit of this out right on top of a bowl of flour that you've loaded, and then you can vaporize it lightly with a lighter before you actually burn the plant material itself, and then the burning plant material will vaporize it, so you can inhale it that way if desired. But this is the most potent way, and I really recommend mixing it with coconut oil because it's fat soluble and it makes it more absorbable by your body. So once you take it in mixed with a fat, your body just absorbs it right in it'll go into your cells. It's less of it is lost to digestion that way. So that's a great way, and it makes good hot chocolate. If you mix this in with coconut oil, you can make some really nice hot chocolate. That's a good way to dose your FICO. And then, of course, which is my favorite means of medicinal delivery, raw flour. So I've got a few different varieties here from Sensi Care. We've got Apple Drip, we've got Divine Gelato, we've got White Truffle, White Widow, and Wingsuit. So these are all great. And the point of having, a handful of varieties is that, as I mentioned earlier, your personal bioassay is going to dictate what is medicinal to you. Some people may try cannabis and think, oh, that was horrible, I had a bad reaction, I got anxiety, or I fell asleep, or nothing happened. Well, it's likely that they just had a variety that wasn't in sync with their endocannabinoid system and the levels of endocannabinoids that they were dealing with already, so it wasn't helpful. But if you try different varieties at different times of day, then you're likely to figure out which effects are going to treat which symptoms best at which time of day. And that can even change based on your personal biochemistry of the day. So it's good to try a little bit, different times of day, different days, figure out which kind of variety is going to work best for you. And of the 5 here, we've got things ranging from very strongly sativa to mostly sativa to hybrid to mostly indica. So you can, if you have a selection of good high quality flour, and Sensi Care is the best. I mean, we're living soil producing. I have never found better cannabis, and I'm a snob, so I have to plug Sensi Care. It's the best flour around. And if you want medicine, you don't want the cheap, chemically produced, poorly treated flour that so many people sell for surprisingly cheap. You want the high quality, fully organic, living soil, delicious, beautiful kind of flour that we've got here. So that's the way to go. But try different varieties. Start low, a single inhalation before you try any more, and then see how it does. Then progress until you find something that helps you, and then zone in on it, and you can be a healthier person. And now here's another quick demonstration. So I've got some flowers here, raw flowers from the shop. This happens to be Polar Pops. It's I don't think that's going to want to focus, but beautiful little buds, really tasty. Got my raw rolling tray here and my Leatherman Micra, which I've been using for decades. This thing is great. I don't actually like using scissors on flour because it throws it all over, but these are, I don't know, sharp and heavy duty enough that it just plops the flour right down in a pile, which is nice. So you just want to trim your flour up so that it's not powder fine, but you don't want large chunks that will take a long time to burn, just to make it easier for your smoking pleasure. And how much you load is up to you as well, but you want to get at least enough that it holds together in the form of a bowl when you put it into your pipe. And I almost always smoke filtering through water. This is my favorite bubbler by Grav, and by pulling the smoke down and through the water, it will take out a lot of the larger chunks. In fact, this is kind of a dirty bubbler, so you can see some chunks in there. You can see the color change, the oil that it grabs. So there's no ash. It's a lot smoother. It's cooler. It's better for your throat and your lungs, and I just absolutely prefer it. But the most common is going to be a dry pipe or joints or whatever if you want to roll it up yourself. But there's another Grav piece that I really like. It's a cobalt blue Grav Sherlock. Nice because it stands on its own. Got a good sized bowl. So I've chopped my flour here, and into the bowl it goes. And if your flour doesn't stick to your finger just by touching it, you're not smoking good enough flour. But our stuff at Sensi-Care is the sticky, and it sticks to your fingers and your scissors and your pipe. I've got a nice little old school Czech Republic pipe tool here. It's got a tamper, a poker, and a little scoop. And the tamper, of course, I like to use. And you don't want to pack it too tight so you can't draw and you're forcing flour down through your bowl hole, but you want it to hold together nicely. Not a great focus, but there it is. Most pipes have a carb, which is a little hole, like right here. You want to cover that when you're going to draw. Light on fire, draw through it. That's all there is to it. And you've got your smoke. So these are some of the main ways to medicate using cannabis, and there's others, but this is what you're most likely going to come across, and what's going to be most like the easiest, I guess, straightforward way of trying to take care of your own health using cannabis as medicine, because it is. It's best medicine I've found. So I hope this helps, and wish you all health. Have a good one.